we have a 5-star love dog. Now you may ask, what is a 5-star love dog? And if you watch Netflix, Michael McIntyre, who is a wonderful comedian, had a special on the other night. I think it's an older one. In it, he was looking for a dog and went on the internet for them to be rated. Chihuahua was rated number 1, because, they're a bit snappy. And a Norfolk Terrier, or even a Norwich Terrier, was rated 5 stars. So you may ask, what is a 5-star love dog? Well, a 5-star love dog is a dog that loves you unconditionally, likes other dogs, likes all humans, loves to cuddle, loves to be with you, doesn't make a lot of demands, not a crazy barker. And I had to think, as I was watching this special, that indeed Roxie, our little Maltipoo schnoodle cross, is a 5-star love dog. Now you may also ask, what's that the heck got to do with this video? And just hang in there for a little bit and I'll explain, okay? Hi, I'm Denise. Welcome to Travels in My Chair. And today I'm going to talk to you about my 5-star love dog for sure, but I'm also going to talk to you about some of the things she does and a shocking event that happened in my life. Roxie is going to be 2 years old on January the 4th. She has been an amazing dog to us, and I picked her for a specific reason. I've never had a cuddly dog. In all the years we've had dogs, we've never had a cuddly dog. They like to be petted, all that, but Roxie is a cuddly dog. And that's what I needed after my cancer came back. I needed a dog that could sit with me when I wasn't being terribly active and just want to be with me. Simple as that. That's what Roxie is. This is Roxie, our 5-star love dog. I know, she doesn't look very loving right now, does she? She's pouting because we're going to have to leave her while I go get some blood work done. Roxie, Roxie, don't pout, don't pout. Probably any of you out there that have dogs notice that there's a certain element to a dog that can be very intuitive to your needs. For instance, Roxie is very sensitive to loud noises, in the fact if Alan and I are having an argument, she will get very upset. She doesn't like going in a car that goes 100 kilometers an hour. She starts shaking. She also understands when I'm not feeling good. And she's been doing this since we first got her at 10 weeks old. The first night we had her, I kept her in the crate half the night, and eventually I just wanted her in bed with me so bad. And she crawled that night onto the sore part of my hip and leg, exactly where it was sore, and that's where she stayed the night. She was only a baby, but she knew. She always sleeps with us. She alternates between Alan's bed and my bed. And she equally loves the grandchildren and our son Keith. So sometimes I think she's confused that, I'm a 5-star love dog, but who the heck am I supposed to love the most? I don't know. So in my opinion, she loves the most. Who needs her the most? So if it's me, it's me. So normally what she does is she comes to bed, lays beside me, and between 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning, she ends up laying on my leg, which is really difficult because I can't move my legs very well, and I can't get her to get off of it. But about a month ago, she started doing really weird. She'd come to bed, she'd always bring one of her favorite toys, or she likes to think of them as probably my favorite toy. So she either brings her Santa Ducky or her favorite ball or whatever, and we have to have a little romp and a tug, and then she settles down for the night and goes and lays on my head, on my pillow. And at one point when she did this a year ago, I was getting a CT scan with contrasting dye and the doctor to get them to do the scan on my head, because I kind of wondered, why is she laying on my head all the time? And she only stays for like maybe 10 minutes. It's not like she's there all night. Anyway, the CT scan came out clear, so I was like, phew, okay, good, I'm good to go. That's been her thing ever since. About 10 minutes on top of my head when we go to bed, a little lick. I try to get her to stay away from my ear because I hate my ear being licked. Then she moves down the side of my bed. Now I lay on my right side and I have a pillow between my leg, and then she'll lay on the bolster, which I have to hold my back steady, and that's where she'll lay for a good portion of the night, or she'll lay on Alan's bed. Except a little while ago, I guess probably a week and a half ago, went into bed, she laid on top of my head. Then she moved under the duvet, and of course, you know, my legs are bent, and she went right to where my knee is and started licking the back of my knee. And I thought, well, this is weird. What's she doing down there? It's got to be awfully hot. And she stayed there for about 15 minutes, and then she slowly worked her way up and then went back to laying on the bolster. And the next day I said to Ellen, that was really weird that she did that. My knee has been really hurting the last couple of days, and also the back, or like the Achilles part of my heel, has been really hurting. I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping. I wonder if she's picking up on that, because, you know, dogs' noses work so much differently than ours on how they can smell things that we could never even remotely pick up. So I never thought anything about it, but, you know, I was having problems with my knee and my ankle and the back of my ankle, and I thought, I wonder if I'd broken my ankle, but I'm not walking, so unless I twisted it wrong or moved it wrong or something, I'll give it a couple of days and then I'll probably have to go get an x-ray or something. Next night, she does the same thing again. Lays on top of my head for a while, gives me a lick, goes down under the covers, goes right to the exact same spot by my knee, licks my knee. Only this time she also puts her head right on top of the knee and lays there for, you know, like I say, 15 minutes. And she probably thinks, damn, it's hot under here. And she comes and gets out. So now I'm going, what the heck? She's never done this before, and she hasn't done it since, okay? Just those 2 times. Weird. The next day, I'm sitting in my wheelchair at the table, reading my Kobo, and out of the blue, I get hit with this electric shock that goes down from my left hip, down the buttock, down the leg, hits the knee, excruciating, and down to my ankle. And I just it was like the moan you give when you're in the last throes of childbirth, if you can remember that far back. It was like, doubled over. I haven't felt pain like that ever. Now, this isn't the first time I've had this happen, by the way. It happened, the last time it happened really badly was when I had shingles about 4 or 5 years ago. And we were driving in the car, we were coming home from Alberta, and all of a sudden I got it from the neck, and it followed the pathway, the shock followed the pathway of where my shingles was. So nerve pain for sure. And man, did it hurt. I screamed, and I think Alan almost drove the motorhome off the road, doubled over. Well, this time it was worse. I could feel myself wanting to moan. The pain was so bad, and it was akin to, I would think, as if you're being tasered or lightning striking or an electric shock. And it goes down the nerve endings, it's almost like they're totally raw and exposed. And this went on for a couple of hours, not continually. It would stop, and I'd go, oh God, thank God it's over. And then it would hit me again. And it would be, the pain was just, I was breaking out in a sweat. I felt horrible. I didn't know what to do. And then I said to Alan, don't go anywhere. You've got to help. I need to go to the bathroom, but I'm scared to go by myself, because if this hits me while I'm in the middle of standing up out of the wheelchair, my leg will just give out. So we managed to make it through. Wow. Interestingly, that day, before the first shock hit me, my dog had been sitting. I was sitting on my chair, and sometimes what happens if I haven't had a good sleep, after breakfast, I'll end up nodding off in my wheelchair for, 20 minutes or so. And this time, I kind of was half asleep, and I woke up, and there was Roxie, but she wasn't sitting right by my chair. She was sitting about a foot away, and she was doing this little, like a little crying thing, and I couldn't figure out what the heck she doing. I said to Ellen, does she want to go out? No, she didn't want to go out. No, she wasn't hungry, but she was really concerned. So now I thought about it. I think she knew. That I was going to have an attack after it was all over. And I made it over to my recliner, I call it my safe space. I was sitting on my recliner, and she waited till I got the feet part up, and then she jumped up and she laid across my knees for a bit, and then all of a sudden she moved her body so she was laying lengthways along my leg with her head tucked in towards the back of the chair. And that's where she stayed pretty much all day. It couldn't have been comfortable for her. She didn't want to go out. Alan wanted to take her out for a walk. She did not want to go out. She didn't want to eat. She did not want to drink. She was staying with me. I know there's a couple of you guys out there that have dogs that are probably 5-star love dogs, right? They'd do anything for you. They'd give their life for you. Well, that's Roxie. I mean, really the only rotten thing she does is she doesn't come when she's called, so she's always got to be on a leash. And that makes me upset, because I'd like to let her just run loose. But she's got this sense about her. And if I have a friend that comes over that's having mobility issues, she picks up on that. And she becomes very tender towards them. She loves the grandkids. She knows how to act around the little ones. She loves my son Keith, loves Alan and I. But this whole part of her, this sensitivity part of her, this intuitive picking up on your needs is quite amazing to me. And it's taught me that I need to be more aware of that with her, because if I listen to what she's actually trying to tell me without speaking, I don't know what'll happen, but it'll all probably be good. I mean, just think, if I was a walker and I had been out that day taking a little bit of fresh air and being outside for a walk, and I got hit with that shock. I mean, beyond the pain, I would have been down on my knees and on the ground for sure. And I can't afford to do that with the cancer in my bone. But now I've got to learn a whole new part of Roxie, the part of her that's going to make sure that her family is okay. And I've just got to figure out what she's trying to say without her trying to say it, because she is a shocking dog, my little 5-star love dog. And, you know, she'll climb up on me, like this morning, she climbs up on me and gives me a little lick on my face. Like, come on now, Mom, it's 10 to 9, it's time you got up. And it's like she knows, and if she thinks I might be bored and I'm not doing anything, she'll bring me a toy. And she always have them all lined up, all around the kitchen, so that Alan knows which ones to throw for her. Like, she's amazing. Let me know if you have a 5-star love dog. And if you haven't watched that Michael McIntyre special on Netflix, you should watch it. This part about the dog comes near the end, and it's really quite cute. And you know, he is probably one of the cleanest stand-up comics. I really love watching him. He's very family. In my next video, I think I'm going to talk to you about my water debacle. It's quite interesting, I think. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. I'll probably see you in a few days. Please subscribe, comment, share, like. You know, one day I'll get to 1,000 subscribers. I really hope. But hey, it is what it is, isn't it, huh? Bye for now.